Yo, it is me. It is your boy. It is Ghost the Grinch, and I'm going to be providing some narration to this race, and I'm going to see what happens. So, jumping into it, we are in the V8 Performance Brawl. Going to do this first little cup with the Ford Shelby GT500. Nice little Mustang variant. Checking out some paints. I really like that red. Looks nice. Blue looks nice. Silver, not so much, but that just looks nice. And since it is a Shelby, you have to go with the white and the light blue. And then I'm gonna check out some rims here. These you have to unlock, so I'm just not gonna deal with that. Go with the classic blacks. Go well with everything. And then let's hop into it. Starting out on this circuit in 22nd. Decent little start. Going up around the outside. You kind of have to hit this braking point a little bit early in the beginning, in the first couple of laps. That's true with all these races. And then for some reason, that Ferrari just decided to brake, just for some reason. And then up the inside, starting 20th before the move, and then ending 15th. So that was a nice little up the inside move there, tapping the Ford in front of me. And again, up the inside, nice little move here. And then trying to brake and avoid hitting the gray Shelby, but somehow just always manage to find a way to do it. And then in 4GT, this is probably the next car I'm going to look into grabbing, but just tap it there. This car is just, the AI just never seemed to fully realize, like, you can always kind of go faster up to a point, and they just don't feel like doing it. Up the inside of this 4GT here, nice little move. And then hit the braking point very, very early. And just decided to do a little bit of lawnmowing. Then riding the inside bumper, I really like the paint and the livery on that Ford there. I like the contrast. It's the same contrast as my car, but it's flipped in a very interesting way. On to lap 2 here, onto the first corner. Hit the braking point a little bit early and don't seem to manage to get as far as I could have. But I'm just gonna go around the outside. I hit the braking point again kind of early, let off a little bit, and then kind of go wide here. Then brake to hit the Ferrari. And then you gotta go inside, or sorry, swerve inside. Tap that car because they never seem to know that they don't have to stop there. So and I kind of learned the AI's braking point at this point, but I don't know where they turn, so that's kind of why I bumped that Ford right there. And then again onto the somewhat of a final straight. Not really, but it's decent enough speed. Trying to figure out where the braking point is on this corner. Again, hit it too early. And then just riding the inside again, which is not what you're supposed to do, but I get it now. And then coming here onto lap 3 in 3rd place, swerving to hit the wall, to avoid hitting the wall. And then very, very good braking point there. Just nice, clean through the corner. And then pretty good here. I think I lost a little bit of grip, but I'm not a little bit sure. And then the inside of that corner. Then kind of an early braking point, but not really. So not too bad. Still gonna end up nabbing the first place there. With a couple corners to go. Bit of lawn mowing. Then I can really hit the correct braking point and go around this corner kind of as fast as you can in this car anyways. back to the outside to maintain a maximum speedometer. And then again, just trying to figure out where the braking point is. I counted to 2 past the curb, and apparently that is a little bit too much because I ended up swerving out. Still managed to keep the first, but still could use improvement. Across the finish line and first. A little bit of celebratory-ation there. 4:28.99. Pretty good. Quite a bit of damage on this race. Making sure everything is stock. Get the first there in gold. And then onto this head-to-head at Mount Panorama. I think that's Panorama. Yep, Mount Panorama. It's a good course. I like it. It's fun. I don't have the most experience on it though. Off the line, shaking to make sure my tires are warm. For some reason, I don't think that's even a concept in this game. And just outbrake them into the first corner. That's kind of all you have to do on this. And this one is always tricky because there's not really any markers you can use as a brake point. And I end up losing grip a little bit there. But it's not too bad. I don't lose too much time off of it. And up the inside here, and I forget that this corner is very, very sharp compared to the last one, because the last one you can just take flat around that corner. But that last one you cannot. And then losing grip here. Tokyo drifting my way around the corner. Again, Tokyo drifting there. Then hit the braking point here into this kind of blind corner. It's like a series of corners, and apparently forgetting to turn. Onto another somewhat blind corner. Losing grip. At this point, I have a pretty sizable lead on my opponents. That is pretty far. Try not to do any lawn mowing. I think I did end up doing a little bit. Yeah, maybe. Around this corner and immediately hit the brakes to not just fly off into the shadow realm. Around that corner, nice. Hitting the apexes. And this corner is also a little bit tricky because I ended up turning a little bit too early on that corner, but still get it done, still get the first, get the gold. 21sts, 8 racing coins, racing credits, I don't know. Okay. Again, everything is stock. Getting the gold and new races. Always fun, always love the drag races. Really easy to do. And then onto this cup at Melbourne. Very fun track, lots of turns. I love the chicanes on this. They're a little bit hard to get down, but once you do, they're pretty fun. High-speed corners and whatnot. Seeing as this is probably my last race, I just figured I'd hire the crew, or what I have of the crew. Then off the start, you can see all 3 of the other cars. No Porsches so far. We'll show this whenever. In this series, you are allowed to race a 918 Spider. I have not seen that yet. A bit of an early braking point there, just didn't really want to hit him. Also, an early braking point here, needed to remember what that braking point was. Around the inside of that Ford GT, hitting the back of that Ford GT, because again, stupid AI. Then around the outside of the two GTs and the outside of the Mustang, not the Mustang, the Shelby GT500. Then onto this second little chicane here, which is very fun, very high-speed chicane. Teasing the wall and hitting the back of that Shelby because why not? Swerving in front of me like a smart person would do, especially a racer, flying at 100 miles an hour. Up the inside of this lunatic. And then now I just gotta take on this Ferrari. Through the chicane very nicely, up the inside of the Ferrari. Again, teasing the wall with my presence. And decent little braking point here. I think I stayed away from the Ford GT. Then again, just a very, very early braking point, hitting the Ford GT. Decent braking point here, lose a little bit of grip, but not too bad. Around the inside, and a nice little corner. Onto this high-speed chicane here. I think I ended up just turning in. Nope. There it is. Yeah, just once again teasing the wall with my presence and being tapped by a fan. Well, not quite a fan, an opponent. And then around the outside, up in the fifth, almost teasing the wall, edging the wall. Cleared the person in sixth, and very, very good corner, except for that. I think this is where, yep, just turning in a little bit too early. Ended up hitting the wall. Then good braking point here. Don't think I lost too much grip through that corner. I can never really figure out this corner because you could take it like high speed, but I think that right there is probably the best I could take it, or damn near the best. Braking point a little bit late. Oh, guess not. Catching the guy in second, suck my egg roll. Love the username. Onto the final lap here a little bit. Around the corner, beautiful, beautiful. And high-speed chicane. Again, just tapping the brake for some reason very early. Beautiful, beautiful. Around that corner. Almost hitting the wall. Into the chicane, going a little bit hot and at a kind of bad angle, but I managed to get it done. Around this corner, I have 130-ish yards to get to the guy in first. And around that corner very, very quickly, but just not quite enough to get it. So I end up placing second.